Welcome back to Phoenix English classes, and today we are going to begin with the fifth poem that is prescribed in class 11 CBSE board English code. This poem is composed by Elizabeth Jennings, and the title of the poem is Father to Son. It throws light on the present situation of relationship between a father and a son in this modern world, in this civilized world. The definition of the blood relationships as the relationships between father and son, the father and the daughters, the mother and the sons, and mother and the daughters have become changed enough. And now these relationships are trying to find that kind of an understanding which had been in our society, which had been in our families, but now it is missing. Let's start with the poem. This is a shorter poem, but it is full of meaning, and it is the reality of the modern world, that the relationship in a family have become so formal, and uh, and they are so light that the understanding, which is the mark of being a family, is missing somewhere. Let's start with the lines. I do not understand this child, though we have lived together now. In the same house 4 years, I know nothing of him, so try to build up a relationship from how he was when small, yet have I killed. The seed I spelt or sown it where. The land is his and none of mine. Here in this first stanza, the father is talking to the readers, is talking to the audience. He is talking to himself also. He is telling us about his child, his son, who has grown up. And the father thinks that he does not know his child. The first line says, I do not understand this child. He is unable to understand if this child was his. He was really a father, a nourisher, a protector of this child whom he hardly knows. He cannot understand. How can it be his own son if he does not understand him? Though we have lived together now in the same house for years, he accepts that although we live in the same house and for a long time we have been living here together, yet I do not understand him. What does he want? What does he think? What kind of a life he wants to lead? I do not know anything about it. Though we have lived for a long time in the same house for years, I know nothing of him. But I admit, the father admits about his son that he knows nothing about his son. So try to build up a relationship from now. He was when small. And now, because I accept that I do not know anything about this child, about my own son, will it be better for me? Will it be good for me, or should I do it to start a new relationship with my own son from how he was when small? And perhaps I can establish now, if I try once again to establish that very relationship that had been between us when my son was a small child. I can try to begin with the beginning. Perhaps I can start with. Yet, have I killed the seeds I spent or sown it where the land in is his and none of mine? Though I am trying, though I want it to happen again, the same relationship that we had when my son was a small child, I'm trying it hard. Yet I think perhaps he is asking a question to himself. The father is asking a question to himself, though I am trying to re-establish the relationship with the child, with my own son. Yet perhaps there is the possibility. It is a question of the father from himself. He says, perhaps I have killed that seed because what I made him, where the land is his and none of mine. No doubt, the child is a kind of seed which is sown by the parents on the land to grow and to flourish. But here the question is arising, if he has sown this seed on the wrong land, or perhaps I thought the land is mine where I am planting this sapling, or I am sowing this seed. But now what has revealed itself, that was totally different. The seed was sown, no doubt, by the father, but the land was not his, means it was not of father. It seems that the land is of the son. It is not of the father. The son is grown up, he is now flourishing, but the land which the father had thought it was his proved to be the land of the son himself. It was none of the father. We speak like strangers. There is no sign of understanding in the air. He is so sure about this thing that the land itself is not mine, it is only of my son, who does not seem to belong to me. And further, he extends the idea and he says, whenever we talk together, whenever the father talks to the son, they talk like the strangers. There is no intimacy between them. There is no sign of understanding in the air. Though we live in the same house, but we do not have any understanding between us. I think I cannot understand him, and perhaps my son also thinks that he does not understand me. The relationship has become so formal that it does not seem that they are a family, they are father and the son, but they seem to be strangers living in the same house, but they do not know each other, they do not know, understand each other, because there is no air of understanding in the family, in the house. This child is built to my design, yet what he loves I cannot share. The father thinks that perhaps it is not the fault of the child, it was not the fault of the son. He finds himself responsible. He says, that child is what I wanted. This can be understood very well. Nowadays, when all the parents, all the fathers, all the mothers are trying to give the best kind of education to their children, they all have the same kind of instinct that we will make our child a successful person, either son or the daughter. And in order to make them successful, in order to make them a kind of money machine, they are in such a zeal, they are in such an enthusiasm that they blindly design their children. If the children are getting molded in such a way that the parents themselves are confused, if it is their child, the responsibility lies on them, because they blindly try to design such a model out of their children, which in the coming years is hard to recognize by themselves. Because they wanted them to become the money machines, they became the money machines. Because they wanted to make them successful, they became very much successful. But ultimately, the result of it was that they became strangers, they became aliens. The father accepts that what the child grew up to become, that was my pattern. I had decided to make my child that kind of a person. It was built on my design. Yet what he loves, I cannot share. And once the child is successful, the sons, the daughters are successful, and they are self-dependent. They become what you wanted. They start liking, loving many things, and you find that you cannot love those things. Now you want a kind of child that had been the dream of the parents long years ago, centuries ago. Obedient, loving, understanding. But think of it, what have you made them? You made them only successful, and they are successful. And now, being successful persons, they love, they like such things you cannot like. And now you regret. This is the regret of the father. He says that it is not the fault of the son, that he does not understand me or I do not understand the son. The total responsibility was of me because I have designed him so. Now he loves the things I cannot love. He likes the things I cannot like. Silence surrounds us. I would have him prodigal, returning to his father's house, the home he knew, rather than see him make and move his world. And now, as a result of this success, now the result of this kind of a design by the father himself, the problem is that there is silence that surrounds them. Because the likings of the son are now the dislikings of the father. Now the love of the son is the hatred for the father. The father cannot compromise with the things. He cannot accept the things that the son wants. That's why there is a hushed silence all around them. Neither the father wants to talk to the son, nor the son wants to talk to the father. And if there is any kind of conversation between them, that is only formal. Hi and hello. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. I would have him prodigal. Now, I want him to become prodigal. And because he is a well-established person, because he is well-established and he is a successful person, I want him to become prodigal. Whenever he is at home, I want him to become a prodigal person. I want him to spend as much as he can. This is the longing of the father. He does not want his son to be a miser. He wants him to be prodigal, returning to his father's house. Whenever he returns to the father's house, he should not think about saving money, but he should be spending it as a prodigal person. Now, because he wants his son to be extravagant when he returns to his father's house, the home he knew, because this is not the place where he lives only by himself, it is his ancestral place, it is the place of his father. The father wanted his child to become successful so that the child comes home and he spends so much of money so that others and he himself may think that he has done a very good job and he has made his child successful, and it should be revealed to everybody, rather than see him make and move his world. Now the father wants his son not to become extravagant. He wants him to live in his father's house, and he wants to see him as a child lives in the father's house, not the creator of a world who moves his own world. But unfortunately, the child is very much successful and he has created his own world, and now he is the ruler of that world. He is the man who moves that world. Though the father thinks otherwise, he wants the child to be a part of the family, but the child being successful is not a part of the family, but he has his own world which he himself moves. I would forgive him too. He says that if my son starts doing this, I will forgive him. Though he has deprived me of that happiness which a father wants from a successful son, yet I will forgive him. I will excuse him. I will pardon him, shaping from sorrow a new love. And the sorrow that is grown up because of this reaction of the son, or because of this kind of silence which lies between us, the father and the son, I will forgive everything. And out of that sorrow, I will try to grow that old love which we had between us when my son was a child. I'm ready to start. I'm ready to make a fresh start. Where there is love between father and the son, father and son, we both must live on the same globe and the same land. Further, the father says, we are father and son, and because we are bound to live here, we will live on the same globe, we will live on the same planet, on the same land. He speaks. I cannot understand. Yet, what a pity with me as a father, that though we are the inhabitants of the same land, of the same planet, we speak different languages. The father does not understand the language of the son, and the son does not understand the language of the father. He speaks, I cannot understand myself. Why anger grows from grief? And this grief of mine, that our bonding has become so formal that my own son is not ready to understand my language, and perhaps I do not understand the language of my son. There is a kind of anger that is grown, that grows from this kind of a grief, that our relationships have become so formal and have come to such an extent, such an extreme, where my son is not ready to listen to me. It seems that he does not understand my language, and it seems to me also that I do not understand the language of my son. And a kind of anger starts growing from this thought, which raises grief in my heart. We each put out an empty hand. Both of us, I and my son, we both put out an empty hand. Whenever we are parting with each other, whenever he comes back to home, we only show each other the empty hand. Your empty hand has been used to show there is only formal hi, hello and bye. There is no intensity of feeling. It is devoid of feeling. Whatever we talk, that does not have the intimacy, the feeling that should be there between father and the son, longing for something to forgive. And both the father and the son are longing for something, and which is to forgive and being forgiven. The father wants his son to forgive him for what he had designed, and the son wants his father to forgive him for what he has become. This is the regret. That is the ultimate end of such kind of education, such kind of bringing up of the children in the modern world. And we are making the same kind of mistake, and it is being continued from generation to generation, and the relations have become pathetic. They have become devoid of feeling, and the poet is very much upset to see such kind of things happening in our world. Here ends this poem. For the question and answer, you can follow the link that is given in the description. All the difficult words and meaning is also written in description. If still you find some problem about the text, about the explanation, you can WhatsApp me on my personal WhatsApp number, or you can write here in the comment about your questions, about your queries. Keep studying, and we are always trying to make it easier than ever.